everyone, I hope you're all well and I hope you're all safe. Today we're going to have a look at how we can be creative in our writing. We're going to explore some different ways, some different skills and different language features that we can use in our writing to really give the reader a sense of what something or someone is exactly like. One of the first ways in which we can do this is to appeal to the reader's five senses. So what we can see, what we can hear, what we can smell, what we can taste, and what we can touch. You'll see in a moment a picture that I've chosen for my daughter's birthday last week. I've used that picture and tried to incorporate those five different senses that came to mind when we were in that moment. So you might want to choose a photo from your own camera roll and have a go at this and see how you can describe that picture using all those five different senses. As I revealed my daughter's surprise birthday cake to her, I smiled warmly as I watched her face glow in the reflection of the golden lit candles. As we sang in unison, I could hear the faint crackling and popping of the flames as they ate up the wax. Gently pulling the burnt-out candles from the top of the cake, the rich chocolatey aroma diffused around us, filling the air, and we could already taste the sweetness that was to come. There was only one thing left to do: cut the cake and eat it. The dark chocolate glaze that dripped like stalactite melted as we took the first bite. Naughtily taking another bite, an explosion of decadency happened as the sponge and Oreo buttercream tasted so good, even though it was so bad. Before long, all that remained on the plate were crumbs. Another example of how we can be creative in our writing is by incorporating figurative language within our work. By doing this, we're adding more power to a word. We're giving it a bit more of a meaning or a different kind of meaning. So the first example is a simile. Now we know a simile is when we compare one thing to another, and we do that by using the words as or like. Here are the two examples that I've used. I've said that your smile is as bright as the sun, and your smile is bright like the sun. Another example of figurative language is a metaphor. Now, metaphor is a word or a phrase that describes something as if it was something else. Now, you don't need to use the words like or as with a metaphor because we're not comparing it like we are with a simile. So, for example, you have a heart of gold. Now, clearly, your heart is not made of gold, but we do know that gold is worth a lot, and it's valuable, and it's a treasure. Therefore, we're saying that your heart is worth a lot, and it is valuable, and it is treasure. Personification is another example of figurative language. So personification is when human actions or feelings are given to objects or ideas. So the example in the phrase, the trees dance back and forth in the breeze. Now the word danced is a human action. Obviously, clearly trees don't dance, but because of them moving back and forth in the breeze, it might give the impression that they are indeed dancing, and that is why we can use this as an example. Whilst there are many other examples of figurative language, the final one that I've decided to focus on is onomatopoeia. Now, onomatopoeia is a word that mimics the sound that they stand for. So, for example, my teeth chattered as I stood in the cold rain, or I hear the snap of a twig. So the word that mimics the sound in those two sentences that we've chosen are chattered and snap. Finally, I want to have a look at another way that we can improve our writing and be more creative, and that's about our vocabulary choice. And we can do that by thinking about the adjectives and the verbs and the adverbs that we use within our writing. We know an adjective describes a noun, so on the left-hand side you've got some different adjectives that you might be able to pick out a few and include them in your writing. In the middle, we've got the powerful verbs. So we know a verb describes what it is, an action that's being done or has been done. And an adverb essentially means to add to a verb. So we're providing extra information about how something's been done, when it was done, where or how often something is happening, and to what degree. So have a look carefully at some of these words. There might be a few that you don't understand the meaning of, so you might want to have a look in the dictionary to understand what they mean before you try and then include them in your writing. See how you get on. You might want to write a narrative, you might want to write a letter, you might want to write about an experience that you've had, could be a poem. So see if there's many different ways that you can try and include these in your writing. So I hope you found that really helpful and useful. There might be something new that you've learnt today, or it might have just re-jogged your memory. So see how you get on. Be brave, have a go at some of them in your writing. And I know all the teachers and I would really love to see any examples that you have used. So please do email in any of your work if you want to showcase it. Stay safe and speak to you all soon. Bye.